In the dim glow of a suburban living room, where the hum of a forgotten TV flickered like a distant star, the Trench family, parents Mark and Lisa, and their whirlwind of a son, 8-year-old Zakyius, settled into what should have been an ordinary Tuesday evening. Mark, a burly mechanic with grease-stained hands that still smelled of engine oil, was midway through a bedtime story about pirates and buried treasure, his voice booming with exaggerated roars to match Zakyius's wide-eyed glee. Lisa, the quiet anchor of the household, a schoolteacher with a knack for turning chaos into calendars, lounged on the couch, scrolling through her phone, her laughter punctuating the tale like soft applause. Zakyius, their pint-sized adventurer with a mop of curls that defied gravity and a grin that could melt steel, bounced on the ottoman, clutching his toy sword, utterly lost in the fantasy. It was the kind of night that families cling to in memory, unmarred and unbreakable, until it wasn't. The first crack appeared innocently enough, a cough, sharp and sudden, ripping through Zakyius's chest like a rogue wave crashing a calm sea. Mark paused mid-sentence, his brow furrowing as he eyed his boy. "You okay, champ? That sounded like you swallowed a cannonball." Zakyius nodded, waving it off with a dramatic flourish of his sword. But Lisa's teacher instincts kicked in. She set her phone down, crossing the room in 2 strides to feel his forehead. Warm, too warm. "It's probably just that cold from school," she murmured, though her voice carried the undercurrent of a mother who knew better. Minutes stretched into a tense half-hour as the coughs escalated, each one more ragged, more insistent, turning their pirate epic into a sideshow. Zakyius's cheeks flushed crimson, his breaths coming in shallow gasps that whistled like wind through cracked rigging. Panic, that uninvited guest, slipped through the door then, coiling around Mark's heart as he scooped his son into his arms. "We're not waiting this out," he declared, the words a vow more than a plan. Lisa grabbed the keys, her hands trembling just enough to betray the fear she bottled for Zakyius's sake, and they piled into the minivan, tires screeching against the quiet street like a starting gun. The drive to St. Mary's Hospital blurred into a fever dream of red lights and what-ifs, the city lights smearing past like accusatory eyes. Zakyius, curled in the back seat with Lisa cradling his head, managed a weak smile, whispering, "Am I the pirate now, Daddy? Battling the sea monster in my lungs." Mark's grip tightened on the wheel, his throat burning with unsaid prayers, while Lisa stroked his hair, murmuring tales of brave knights who'd faced worse and emerged victorious. They burst through the ER doors at 9:17 p.m., a frantic trio amid the sterile symphony of beeps and hushed voices, Zakyius's coughs echoing off the linoleum like distress signals. Nurses swarmed like deckhands to a sinking ship, wheeling him away for x-rays and oxygen masks, leaving Mark and Lisa in the waiting room's purgatory. Coffee gone cold, magazines unread, time folding in on itself. Hours clawed by. A doctor emerged at midnight, her face a map of cautious relief. "Pneumonia," she explained, the word landing like a cannon shot. "Aggressive, but we've caught it early. For antibiotics, a few days of monitoring, and he'll be terrorizing pirates again in no time." As dawn crept through the hospital windows, painting Zakyius's room in hues of fragile gold, the Trench family huddled around his bed, Mark's massive hand enveloping his son's tiny one, Lisa weaving stories of recovery into lullabies. The ordeal had stripped them bare, exposing the raw underbelly of love's vulnerability, but in that shared vigil, they forged something unbreakable, a testament to the rush of instinct, the ferocity of family. Zakyius, groggy but grinning through the mask, squeezed Mark's fingers. "Next adventure, we fight dragons instead." And in that promise, amid the beeps and the bandages, the Trench family's story turned not toward tragedy, but toward the quiet heroism of simply holding on.